What are you talking about, Mama?
Plants, Wolfie.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Amy, and in my channel I talk about plants and things I feel passionate about. You're back to me today for an episode of What's Propping. So geeky. I have been super excited about propagating my plants. Due to the COVID-19, a lot of stores, plant stores were closed. And now that things are open, I'm still not comfortable taking Wolfie with me out plant shopping. So I've been doing a lot of propagating to create new plants for myself, other than ordering plants online and doing plant hauls with you guys, unboxing with you guys. So I did a couple more cuttings yesterday and today, so I feel super excited to show you guys some of my propagation projects. A lot of these plants I just cut with the intention of adding back to my pot to have a fuller plant, but sometimes I'll be rooting something and then I'll spend a whole lot of money on some Hoyas or new plants, and then I'll just have to kind of sell them off to like support my addiction. But so far most of these I'm going to show you will be for my own. Some of them actually I just sold on Instagram, but I'll let you know. And then yeah, so most of these are just rooting for myself. I guess I will go with these the little glass jar first. You guys actually have seen this jar of stuff, but I have added to it. So I'll show you the new addition. Actually, I'll just take everything out. I just popped these two in. If you're on my Instagram, you saw my Instagram post. I just popped these two lipstick plants in the same little water jar. Such a pretty plant. So I have a 6-inch pot, and I love this guy so much. I was looking for it for so long, so I want more of this plant. Yeah, I find that lipstick plants root a little bit slower, actually. And I always have like a jar of pothos rooting in water. These ones I just started, so there's no roots yet. Cuttings, I bought these cuttings to root. This one came with lots of aerial roots. This is the FUSCO MARGINATA. Let me see. Yeah, no, FUSCO MARGINATA. So it's got that big leaf with like red rim. So it came with all these aerial roots. But then if you could see, there are some white fresh roots that are growing out of these aerial roots now and out of the stem. So this one is propagating quite successfully. And I could see a little bit of white on this stem right here. So that's another root point. Yeah, so that one is doing well. Also in this glass jar, I have this tiny philodendron ghost, Florida ghost. And it came with this little root. So I'm putting it in water to root more. If you could see, there is some. So this is the node, and this is where, if you have this, then you can root a philodendron. I have a philodendron Florida ghost, but the leaves are not coming out white. And my friend, her pot of Florida ghost is coming out with white leaves. So then she was rooting this little guy, and she sold it to me. So then once it's rooted, I'll pop it with my bigger plant, and hopefully it'll produce some white leaves in that pot. So that's that one. PUBICALYX Jungle Garden. So this one, nothing is happening yet, but because I have so many that are rooting right now, I think this cutting, once it's a little bit more ready, I will sell this one and share it with people. Another project that I just started yesterday is the string of hearts in the butterfly method. So basically you take a string and then you would just cut it. Each pair of hearts is a butterfly, and then it will have a node here where the roots will come. And I've done this method before in soil, but this time I'm trying sphagnum moss. I saw Harley G do her propagation method, and she was using the sphagnum moss to root her string of hearts, and then you could see the roots from the bottom of her container, in a clear container like this. And she said once it's rooted enough, she'll just take the whole thing and pop it on top of soil in a pot and just let it grow like that. And I really like that idea, so I decided to give that a try myself. Okay, and another little project I am rooting is this so cute FERNLEAF cactus. If you can see, I have a really like a big mama here. This is actually 2 plants. I bought one. I love it so much. And then my friend wants one, but then she didn't want to get like a full pot. So then I said that I would split another plant with her, so then I could get a bigger plant. So I ended up with a huge pot of FERNLEAF cactus, and I decided to try and root and see if I could get little guys from him. So it's just in potting soil, and I'm gonna try to make sure this is consistently moist and it's sitting on top of my heating pad for the rooting process. Another one is that I finally cut my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. It was growing really long, and then some leaves were not looking super healthy, so I decided that I'm gonna cut it, root it, have 2 plants just in case the mother plant is not doing well, or like if it declines in any way. So I cut this guy, and I'm propping it in sphagnum moss on top of a heating pad. It was really successful when I did it that way with my Monstera elbow, so I'm hopeful for this one to root too. This is really like a survivor. There's a new leaf that's coming here too. Hopefully it still comes, even though it's just propagating. Okay, so now I'll show you my propagation box. So this is what I have, and I just put it like kind of where I sit right now. It's by the window, but it doesn't get direct light. And then once we open it, there's a huge salad happening in here. I'll show you this one. This is my Griffithii. Griffithii? It's I've shown you in my house plant Hoya tour before, but it has stem rot. So then I decided to chop it off from the top and reroot it, and it started to root already. But it's been rooting for a while, and the roots are not growing like a lot. So I'm just gonna keep it in here until it has more substantial root growth. Before I had it like this, I had each cutting in their individual little cup with the sphagnum moss and then inside here. But I find that it's actually not enough airflow for the cuttings, and I was finding a lot of rot. So I decided to change it and just lay them out like this, and the cutting seems to be doing a lot better. So another jungle garden, this one I'll probably be selling too. Funny because it's such like a salad in here. Sometimes I'm just finding things that I forgot I have put in here. In here I also have my other Crimson Queens cutting. How tiny they are. These are like the tip cutting of the plant. They're just so adorable, and I just thought if it's like in a little pot, it will be like a really cute queen to have. So this one only has 1 leaf and it's not rooted yet, but this one, as you can see, has tiny roots coming out from it already. Isn't it so adorable? I love it. I also have a small Hoya Memoria that's rooted in here, but it could root for longer. And you see, like, the rooted area is not it's not so much on the stem, but like right underneath the leaf. So when I pot it, I can't just pot it in like this. I have to pot it kind of leaf flat on the soil. So like how the cutting decides to root determines how you could pot the plant. I also took a cutting of my the SUZIE Q that I've shown you guys a few times. This is such a pretty cutting. It looks like it has decided to root on the top node here, and I was hoping that it would root more along here so I could just easily plant it, but it'll do what it does, and then I'll have to figure out how to plant it. Put it back in. My friend traded this a Hoya ANULATA with me for a little Thai lipstick plant. And she didn't think it was a really good cutting, but I think it's really beautiful. And it's already started to root. So it's got this beautiful coloring. And see, like it has started to root under the node here. And then another growth point right here. These leaves are not super succulent, so I'm always a little bit worried about them being in a prop box and humidity being too high and the leaves falling off. But that one is doing pretty good. I just posted some of my cuttings on Instagram today. I decided to only sell my Hoya cuttings on my Instagram because I was posting it on my Etsy, and then a lot of my Instagram followers were asking me if I have any for sale. So I kind of thought maybe I'll just reserve my for sale cuttings for the community instead of just for anybody out there. I think I'll let some of my return customers know about it from my Instagram. But yeah, anyways, I posted this one. It has been in here for a while and it started to root. This is the JUANNGUOIANA. Okay, and these guys, this one, the LUCARDENASIANA, also has rooted in here beautifully, kind of like a bunny ear. This one just got sowed too. And then this one, the QUANG. It's so pretty. I love the veining and the speckle, and it has started to root here. I'm trying the same method of butterflying propagation that I show you with the variegated string of hearts with my Hoya SERPENS. Oops! So it's not rooted yet. I just started this project, was it this morning or yesterday? Can you see? So I was rooting one little cutting and the roots were coming out from each node. So I knew I would have to plot it flat down to let the roots go down. So I figured I'll just take another cutting and chop them all at each pair of wings for the serpent and root them that way to see if I'll have just multiple plants from one cutting instead of just one plant per cutting. I hope this works. If it does, I'll have like a really nice pot of Hoya SERPENS here. I have decided to airlay my WILBUR graves. I haven't shown you. I wanted to show you guys this in my Hoya update actually, but I'll just show you now. Like I have some new leaves. So remember when I unboxed it in December? It only had these 2 leaves, grew 1 leaf, and then it put out these new leaves. And I was so worried that they were gonna fall off, but they didn't. And has grown this beautiful big splashy leaf. The other ones are kind of small. I don't think they'll get bigger. But I want a bigger plant, so I decided to like try air laying it. For those of you who don't know what that means, it's just trying to propagate without cutting the plant. So you just kind of wrap the sphagnum moss around the air. Like, do you see these little dots? These are the areas where roots could come out. So you just wrapped it around there to let it root. Hopefully it takes. Once it does, I'll try to plant it back into the plant to have a bigger plant. Unless I get super broke again and have to sell. No, not this one. I'm not going to sell this one for a long time. Yeah, so it's a really botched job of doing this. I'm thinking of doing the same thing with my Sarawak and my Clementsorium. They all have really nice stems and spaced out enough to do it. So I'm thinking of doing that. Maybe I'll make a video doing a better job than this and show you guys how to do it. I think that's all from me today. Again, as usual, always, thank you so much for tuning in and being here, hang out with me. If you like the content, please click like, subscribe, comment, and say hi. I really, really appreciate it and it really helps me out a lot. Yeah, it makes me feel really happy that you guys do that. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.